warms my heart greatly that one day, when the story of how Kenyans liberated themselves from the thieves and the thugs and the conmen that call themselves our leaders, it really warms my heart this morning that the name of one gallant young Kenyan woman, Mercy Tarus, will have to feature, must feature. Who is Mercy Tarus? Is she a politician? I know some of you are asking, because not all of us are on social media. Not all of us keep tabs on what is happening minute by minute in our beloved country called Kenya. No, Mercy Tarus, barely 24 years old, is an ordinary Kenyan, not a politician, not the daughter of Bwana Mkubwa or a big man. She's just an ordinary Kenyan. But she is now the face of the Uasin Gishu story, where leaders took money from hard-working ordinary Kenyans and are now giving them stories, explanations, documents, long, endless stories. But these people of Uasin Gishu, they don't want those stories. They want their money. And there have been demonstrations, yes, you heard me correctly, bang in the middle of Uasin Gishu County, demanding that their money is refunded immediately. But the deadly thing here for leaders in our country, many of whom are still ignoring, is that the reason why Mercy Tarus went viral is that she spoke what is in the hearts of a vast majority of Kenyans. People were able to relate to what she was saying, speaking truth to power. Because what is happening in Uasin Gishu has happened across the country since independence. Kwanza, this thing of trust funds, collecting money, or schemes where money is collected from the public, put in a pool with big promises. This thing started at independence. And it started with the land buying companies. You're lured into a scheme, let's pull our resources together. We'll be able to do a lot with the money together. That's exactly what happened in Uasin Gishu with the Finland Trust Fund. I'm telling you, this Kenya. The reasoning is usually sound. It's meant to be, and it's meant to be very attractive. Because when you pull together a lot of resources, those resources can earn interest. They can be reinvested here and there, when they're not required, as long as they're accessible, when the bills for which the fund was created come up for payment. But that is not how it works in Kenya. Instead, the leaders pocket the money. And in case nobody has noticed yet, Uasin Gishu is the home county of William Samoei Ruto, President of Kenya. How embarrassing can it get? And as we speak, the police, who have been very busy arresting peaceful protesters, very busy following up on people expressing the truth to power, have not made a single arrest over this scam in Uasin Gishu County. Why? Because the people involved are untouchable. And unfortunately, those involved in maandamano and fighting for a better Kenya are not untouchable. It's as simple as that. And you can be sure no arrest will be made, ever, of these thieves and conmen who robbed in broad daylight. So why didn't this very common trick by politicians and leaders work this time? of robbing the people and then feeding them with a lot of sweet nothings, sweet talking, long stories, alafu maneno inaisha hapo hapo. What went wrong this time? Well, the answer is simple. It is the season the country has entered. When it is the rainy season, nobody escapes. Well, this spiritual season of judgment and exposure, let's see if you can escape. And you know, these schemes of collecting money from the public, is also applicable to taxes collected from the people in the counties and even in the country. You see, the way these corruption cartels work, there are two simple stages: collection and eating. Because first of all, the funds have to be collected in huge amounts, even maybe in an organization like the NHIF. And then the second stage is very simple: withdrawals, eating of those people who have a stake in those public funds. That is the story of the country called Kenya. But now we have reached that season where these things will have to be exposed and come to an end. Maybe you can start other corruption scandals later. Of course, I'm aware that the response so far from the government, the anti-corruption body, and all those who should have taken action already, is that they're going to do nothing. But let us wait and see what will happen. Because things can change very fast. Let us wait and see what will happen. Now, there's just a brief question I'm asking myself. If these demonstrations had been going on somewhere else, let's say for instance in Luo Nyanza, what would have happened? Let me just leave it at that. Well done, Mercy Tarus. You are a real heroine of the country called Kenya. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha. A man who has gotten a reputation for being a whistleblower, John Githongo. You know, during the Kibaki era, during the scandal that came to be known as the Anglo-leasing scandal, where the Kenyan treasury lost billions, John Githongo was offered money to keep quiet and look the other way. And he has personally told me, because I've known him for years, that the money he was offered was the kind of money you cannot imagine. The kind of money that would have meant for the rest of his life he would never have needed to worry about money.